Lucky Lefty Podcast. The Honora boys are in the building. Brought to you by Honora Whiskey, honorawhiskey.com, that premium American whiskey, honorawhiskey.com. And if you drink, by all means, make sure you do it.
Responsibly.
Gotta do it responsibly, Left.
That's right.
CFB Nation, as always, presented by Twisted
Twisted Tea.
Tea.
Yeah.
Hey, hey,
Twisted
hey.
Tea. Yeah.
Who's the hottest in R&B right now, in your opinion, Left? Because like Drake is like the dude in hip hop, right?
Drake's the greatest of all time.
Relax. I just asked you who right now. Who is the? See, you take it too far. Who is Drake? Do you consider is Drake considered an OG now? Like we move him to a wholly totally different status and kind of like grade the current hip hop dudes?
He hasn't come down from being the top yet. So it's hard to put him in a different place other than the top because he's the GOAT right now. But R&B style, um, it's no true R&B anymore, man. To be honest,
That's honest. That's
we
honest.
don't have a Fantasia or Keisha Cole or a Dwelle and Music Soul Child. We don't have them
Matter
them
of fact,
bangers no more.
Raheem Devon is going to be here in Chicago at the City Winery.
Performing 2010 music.
Right.
You so it's like that was probably the last era of the 2010. Chris Brown, probably the only guy most famously holding down the R&B side of things. But other than that, it's rough on this side.
Mm. On
That's like
today's
who runs the I formation in college football anymore?
Man, I'm trying to think. Have I seen somebody run I formation? I'm sure someone is running.
See, I'm
Iowa,
sure someone
Iowa.
is.
I'm sure Iowa runs it.
I'm sure someone is running R&B. You know what I'm saying? It's just no. I guess no poster child for it anymore.
You know what R&B is tough?
Because you got to actually have talent.
I mean,
You got to be able to
it's
really
not like
sing
it's
for
not
real.
it's not like Jacquees is like full of talent.
Yeah, I mean,
I
outside
mean,
of being like,
I think the me personally, I think the young ladies hold it down. I think SZA, Summer Walker, when they get done dealing with their personal issues and their relationship issues, and they lock in, they put forth some pretty decent projects.
yeah, one every 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
That ain't enough.
I mean that's
That ain't
that's
enough. You
that's
can't
the
even
that's the
qualify.
issue. That's the issue.
Can't qualify if it's 4 or 5 years in
So it's
between.
what? It's between Ari Lennox, Summer Walker, and SZA. That's pretty much the pinnacle
All
of.
these female artists are trying to be the next Young Thug and Busta Rhymes and hardcore gangster rappers, and I don't like none of them. I'm just not a fan of any of them. I don't think any of them are good. None of them have the talent for me in the rap space. I just put them all in the same category. Make it easy.
Well, Chicago kid Mick Jenkins just put out a new project. I haven't listened to it in total in its entirety, but you know what? I'm proud of Mickey Halstead. Mickey Halstead is a long time, really a Chicago legend as far as an MC. He really is. Didn't blow up nationally, but he's respected in the music biz. He's done an incredible job managing talent. He manages Herbo. I think he was involved with Dirk at some point. Now he's managing Mick Jenkins, and what's the other young lady that does R&B out of Chicago? Tink. He manages Tink as well. So
But a lot of these guys, they don't put out the music. Where's the music at? They holding back the music, so it just becomes a wash for some people because they gotta listen to something. That's why international music is blowing up. The whole Afro beats vibe and Burna Boy and Bad Bunny. That's more the trendy music.
So, which is funny because Chance just had a concert out there in LA to celebrate 10 years, the 10-year anniversary of acid rap.
See, that was his grand opening, grand closing, because he started talking about all type of stuff, non-rap
No,
culture.
acid his next project after acid rap was the pinnacle of his career.
Coloring book or whatever it's called.
Yeah, coloring book was because he had that's when he had his biggest single of all time. No, we don't want no problems. When he got Wayne on that joint and became commercialized and had the video, you saw him start getting love, opening up for Beyonce on her tour, taking pictures with her. And I think in my opinion, Mick Jenkins has always been the best. Mick Jenkins is a better lyricist than Chance.
Chance got them cartoon raps.
He does. He
But that's
does.
good for his Nickelodeon placements and Disney placements and all that.
Yeah.
Getting
I
his
actually
music on
they played his joint with Action Bronson on the radio the other day, and I was like, yo, I forgot about this joint. And it wasn't like he out rap Action Bronson. It was just like the stuff he was saying was so outrageous in his verse, where it was like, yo, I forgot how silly
That's what I'm
this
saying.
dude
He a
was in his
cartoon.
tone.
He a
You know what I'm
cartoon.
saying? Dude, like, go listen to his verse on that joint with Action Bronson. It's like you
Like you
shake
would get
your
a good
head,
thing
but
in
you
school
like,
for you for cleverness and all that, but that brother don't got it, man.
mm.
He need to go live with Herbo for a couple months. You know. But that describes our some of our
But you know what
problems.
though? I will say this about that era of Chicago music, because you have to remember, this is like him, uh, this is him, Vince. I mean, him, Vic Mensa, Herbo, Dirk, Jeremiah, Chief Keef. Like they all popped at the same time. Like they were the ones like hustling at the same time in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when he had his anniversary concert out there in LA, Chief Keef fell through, Dirk fell through, because they are like each other's contemporaries and they respect each other, even though they are totally different as artists. They have profound respect for each other
Yeah,
because
I mean,
they were in the same hustle together. So
it was a good era during that time, but it didn't feel like it was lasting music like Drake.
yeah, yeah, it's
Like,
almost like Drake has been the Alabama of hip hop.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And now you get to see, like with Alabama, are they starting to fade? We'll see if Drake has some fade in him. Every artist has some fade in them.
Drake
Eventually,
could never flop though,
I didn't say flop. I just said fade.
or
You know,
fade.
no, the kids, see, that's the problem. Drake has no control. No, seriously. Artists have no control over whether or not they fade, dude, because that decision is made by the 14, the 15, and the 16-year-olds.
And that's where he always hits.
But yeah, at some point, there's going to be a 14 to 16-year-old group that's going to be like, he's all right. It won't be the same. And that's where you'll see the fade. It happens. Beyonce is gonna go through the same thing too. It's gonna be a
Beyonce
14.
don't put out music like that. That's why.
She's smart though. I think she's gotten to a level where the music doesn't have to be as big as everything else. Like when you're still trying to climb the mountain, the music has to be the forefront.
But that's why Drake's the best. He's still putting out music as your favorite rapper. Beyonce been the favorite for like 10 plus years and put out what, one or two albums?
No, it's been longer than 10 plus. It's
she,
bruh, she's
she taking it. I mean, obviously you going Rihanna just as bad.
man, Rihanna was is she trying to go for a baby number three?
I didn't know she got that many babies in a year.
But she's having so much success with lingerie and other stuff, bro. It's like I said, once you get to that level and music becomes like the background,
You think music's the background though?
man, she's making way more money without music than she ever made inside music.
Well, you know, inside music, you ain't meant to make a lot of money, but
That's what I'm saying. And her persona is growing. More people know her for lingerie than they do her music.
hmm.
You know, the young generation knows Rihanna, the artist. You got 40 and 50-year-old women buying lingerie from her.
Well, I mean, it just depends on how she wants to be viewed, right? At that point.
So how would Cam McDaniel, man, had a very good point when he was talking about sports science the other day when he was on the show and how Notre Dame needs to embrace technology and sports science moving forward, especially with strength and conditioning to improve the performance of the players and the recovery time on the field. And my question to him was, man, but the perception that Notre Dame might want to put out there, will that get in the way? You know, Notre Dame's not exactly the biggest research institution per se.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, I mean that's the best way to put it. So
We're not a research institute.
no,
Oh, I don't think that's our makeup from inception. Um, I think that's where teams like Ohio State and other public universities win a little bit
hmm
because they're labeled research institutions and universities and stuff. They get and on brand with some of these companies that want to test certain sports technologies out, this, that, and the third. So I do think there's an advantage there. But Notre Dame don't spend no money either, you know. And sometimes some of the research stuff that they want to do is just very I don't know how you say it, very they take their time, you know.
hmm
They try things, but the stuff they try you've never heard of, you know, they go out on a whim sometimes, but they usually end up spending overspending for stuff they're trying out, which is what holds them back, I think, too much.
it is also very interesting to see. You answered this the other day, right? I said, will Notre Dame ever have a quarterback that's bigger than the program or bigger than the team in a season, right? Caleb
I just
Williams is Caleb Williams, bro. Caleb Williams is the talk of college football, or one
yeah,
of the biggest talks, and he's the talk of the NFL, bro,
yep.
because of the Bears.
Is
The Bears play tonight. I guarantee you, Caleb Williams will be trending the entire game
you think so?
on social media. Oh, let the Bears get blown out. Oh,
Well,
do
y'all
you
already sealed up the
understand?
first and second pick, right?
As of right now, they have the first and second pick in the draft. Yes.
Yeah, so they wouldn't. I'm sure they're talking about where they're gonna move Justin Fields, like to Atlanta next year. I think that's more likely.
Hey, you know what the crazy thing is though? Caleb might not even come out.
Yeah, I guess he's not forced to come out, right? But the money too good as the first pick of the draft. He's not gonna deny that.
Mm-mm. You thinking about 10 years ago, bro. That
Is
number
Caleb
one,
Williams gonna be making more than 25 million in
his AA,
NIL?
he can make more at USC. They talked about this. He can make more AAV within that year at USC than he will through his rookie contract. Just the salary.
How? How is
Just
that
the
possible?
salary. Say it again.
He would have to get paid close to 30 million in the checking account for that to be possible. And nobody making over 10 million in NIL money right now. Who's making over 10 million in NIL money right now? Nobody.
Dude, the number one pick is valued at 7.4 million, bro. Like, I don't know where you're getting this 10 million from. I'm looking at it right now. It's only 7.4 million.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's making over 10 million in college football as a player right now.
He's making just under 6 right now. This
Yeah,
year.
but you're going to be making over 10 your first year as a rookie.
I know he's not. I just told you what the rookie value of the number one pick is. It's 7.4 million.
Oh, you're saying that he's making just under 6 right now.
He's making under 6 right now. The value of the number one pick in the 2023 NFL draft was 7.4 million.
Oh, but he also has a signing bonus too, though. So he would sign and get some money up front too, though. That's another couple million.
Yeah, but
So
does he
he's
want
thinking,
does he want to just take the money and go to a bad situation? See, for me, I love what his dad is doing. His dad is doing the same thing. See, people are coming at his dad. We could talk about it, Left. Let's keep it real. People are coming at his dad, but they had no problem when that cat Archie Manning told San Diego, "Don't draft my son."
yeah.
No one had a problem with Archie Manning
Well,
coming out.
that's because he was in the league and all of that. And
But I'm saying, Caleb Williams' father has the same rights to look out for his son.
no, for sure, definitely as from the dad aspect. But as a number one pick, regardless, you're gonna go to a bad team. I don't see a team that's good. Because any team that's good that's drafting got a quarterback. So any team that is decent or on the verge of becoming really nice already has a QB. So regardless, you're gonna get drafted to a bad team, being that you're the best
Facts.
quarterback regardless. So whether it's the first pick or even the 10th pick, you're gonna still be on a bad team. You got to
Right.
make the bad team good. So it's like I don't know what he's trying to. Maybe it's a destination thing. Maybe he don't want to go to Atlanta or Chicago. Well,
He definitely should want to come here.
well, Chicago not bad. I mean, y'all just got to get a better management. But I think that's all. That's all the plan, though. I think you guys are intentionally trying to be bad.
Yeah. So look, man, like I said, it's a lot of reasons for him. Caleb's gonna be the number one pick, regardless when he comes out. Doesn't make a difference. Dion has already told you Shador's not coming out.
Yeah, I believe Dion ain't coming out.
And Dion's gonna bring a squad back, have a chance to really compete next year. Shador's gonna be his quarterback. Honestly, he's really, I don't want to say using, but he's using Shadur to really jumpstart his program.
Of
which is
course
very
he
smart.
is. Of course he is.
That's very smart.
That's why he said his son ain't going.
Yeah,
He gonna talk his son into coming back.
absolutely. And all
Because
the
he's gonna say
recruits,
you could be the number one next year.
yeah, and all the recruits are gonna say, "Oh, I get to play with Shadur."
Basically,
Man,
he get manufactured at. He's the coach.
yeah, absolutely,
Caleb just
absolutely.
has to is loved by his coach, so they get it done.
Yeah, someone asked what the problem is with Chase Claypool. Um, he, you
Bang.
know, he just ran his mouth. That's all.
He called himself Mapletron. Called himself the third best receiver in the league. Chase did it
Oh
to himself.
man, man, look.
You should never let him go to Paris. Chicago. Justin Fields should have took the leadership role and say, "Don't go to Paris, bro. Come throw at me over here on 62nd Street."
And I see people in the chat, bring up the taxes. Let me tell you something, man. If Caleb Williams is connected to the right people, that state tax in California is not a problem. I promise you, AD and LeBron have money people to take care of that tax issue
No, I
to
just think
keep it
LeBron
to a
cheap.
minimum.
LeBron cheap.
There's ways to keep that tax issue to a minimum, bro. For people that make that amount of money, it's all about the people you know.
It is a game,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. They are the ones that can dodge raindrops and stay dry.
But I think LeBron just naturally frugal. I think he just good with his money because he cheap.
You think Brian is cheap?
Oh yeah, remember that
Marcus,
video?
hey,
Remember?
hey, Marcus Freeman is our boy, but Marcus Freeman looks like he could be a little frugal, bro.
Oh yeah, he got six
Yeah,
kids. He got
yeah,
6 kids.
yeah.
But he's definitely LeBron definitely cheap. You see that movie clip where he had he was at the lunch with the dude and the
Mm.
dude was like I feel like that was really him in
What's the
real
name? What's the name of that joint? One
trade
of my
wreck.
the scene with John Cena in the movie theater with the brother is one of the funniest scenes of all time, bro.
No, for real.
The stuff he was saying, my man's girlfriend was like, "I think he wants you."
Nah, seriously, that was one of the best. Man. It's crazy how some athletes can translate to the movies. I think anytime LeBron is leading the roles, like doing Space Jam or something, I don't know if that's his cup of tea, man. I think he need to just be his frugal cameo self, man. He'd be great.
Woo, man. That is too funny, man. Eventually, we're going to get to the coordinators, and then we'll preview this Louisville matchup Saturday night, Cardinal Stadium. Yo, it's a lot of national people picking against Notre Dame.
Against Louisville?
Yeah, bruh, I feel a lot more confident about Louisville than I did Duke, and I had a lot of confidence going up against Duke.
Yeah, once again, we're playing a team that has a lot of pieces in which you could appear
Yeah,
as a threat. But anytime with a Louisville team, especially even when they had Lamar at peak Lamar, peak Louisville, they always were missing a one or two pieces offensively and then defensively. And for us, I think we're battle tested enough to where Louisville can't stand the rain on this one. I just think we've been through enough tight situations, big games, away games, hyped, emotional. We've been through a good amount. Been, you know, faced the gauntlet of a 16-hour trip to Ireland. all the excuses you can have with that. And then, play teams that were obviously we were better than and didn't get uh, ransacked or in a trap game like teams like to say. So this is pretty even footing psychologically, I think, for Notre Dame. And it's going to play to advantage that Louisville hasn't been tested the way we've been tested early on in the season.
Louisville hasn't played anyone except for that road game against North Carolina State. That's it. And like you said, the schedule is probably a nice part to get from Jack Swarbrick because this
Yep.
schedule has been brutal.
It's been a little brutal. A little bit. But the fact that it has to be like that in order to have a chance to be considered for the playoffs, because we're not in quote unquote conference, how the playoff system is set up, it's got to be somewhat brutal enough to give us a chance to get in.
Lucky Lefty podcast. All right, Left. Al Golden or Jared Parker? Who do you want to get at first? Because I know you're ready to get at some.
We can go with Jared Parker because
Oh,
Al Golden
woo.
be doing his thing.
Okay. Jared Parker. What's up with this offense lately, Coach Parker? What's good?
Certainly, the first part of your question is yes, it's on me first, 100%. It's not on our players, it's on me. And our staff will continue to find ways to be better at everything we do. Like not only when it goes well, but when it maybe doesn't, maybe we have something that happens negatively. Because I think if you start fixing the things only when they go wrong, that's when going very well doesn't last very long. So we look at it always and forever, even when things went really well this season, to make sure we're in the right spots. But for this one, it starts with me. We've got to make sure our process is good. We'll take steps towards making sure we do the right things to help change it so that doesn't happen again this Saturday night.
This is very much coach speak. I think it's good that he's acknowledging the process of what it takes to get better by acknowledging mistakes from before, but and taking the blame. But it is the blame in a lot of cases on positioning the offense, positioning your quarterback with a chance to lead with our strengths, with the conscious effort of knowing that you have to score points to win these football games, and that just depending on the defense who's been playing well, who that's been undervalued in a sense because these games have been so close, and the potential that we have on offense being so great, it's just not an excuse to have the points that we have. So, unfortunately, yeah, it's good to see you acknowledging the fact that you gotta, day by day get better, acknowledge what you've done before, but it still comes down to the. I would like him to be able to just speak on the things that we can see as fans that get better, like identifying our strengths better, staying away from certain schemes that we may have implemented in the past, but really using our best players is in my opinion the best way to move forward to score more points and help our defense out. But overall, it is good to see Jared Parker be in a position where uh, he's humble enough to acknowledge the fact that we have to get better, even though we're winning these games and in tight victories. He could have easily bowed out and said he's done everything he can to help the team and blame the players, like a Tobias getting a penalty or whatever may have you. But I think from a bigger perspective, he did call a well enough game to win, even though it wasn't by the point margin that we may have wanted offensively for against Ohio State. And similar to Duke, I mean, he's called a well enough game for Sam to operate at a high enough level to put everybody in a position where they can win. I think he could say, well, maybe I need to put the ball in our quarterback's hands and make plays a little bit more just because he's the most veteran on the offense. And if anybody can lead us, he can, outside of the run game. Because it's just too hard to win games by strictly just running the football. And if we didn't have a talented defense like we do, I think it'd be a lot uh, different feelings and opinions on how these games end.
With the defense we have, what for you is there a perfect type of offense that would be more complementary in your opinion?
I just think Jared Parker is calling games with the mindset that, we could just be safe here because we have a great defense. Not like, I'm trying to score 100 and I'm itching to get the ball back because we have a good defense. I think he's just calling plays that are like, okay, not too much of a risk. We can play field position. Our defense is going to give us the ball back and we can look to score next time. I think it's a next time mentality instead of we have to score every drive mentality.
That's it's an interesting way of looking at it. I just want them to put 30 and 40 on the board like they were early in the season, man.
That's right.
Offense seemed like it was relentless early in the season.
That's right.
Like they were just constantly coming with playmakers, athletes, run, pass. Hey, when he was here brought in, he was over the tight ends left. And it seems like Mitchell Evans has become that dude.
Absolutely.
What about the tight ends and the continued success there and the pride that you have, Coach Parker?
Sure that room is left in good hands. And that's what great leadership does. It's what Mike did. And we have great leaderships here that followed him, that were around him. So I think that it was no surprise to our guys. They didn't press or do too much to try to get to the standard. They already knew what the standard was. And so they picked up where he left off. The expectation is to play at a high level here at tight end play and everywhere. There's a reason we believe that this is the finest place in the land to come play tight end. And our guys are prideful about it. And they want to put a product out on the field that says if you want to be a tight end, you come to Notre Dame. And that's how they're playing.
I would call this offense a tight end offense. You got your spread, got your air raid, got your triple option offense, got your West Coast, you got your multiple. Our offense is very unique because we have the first ever tight end offense where it's centralized through the tight end pass game and the run game with the tight end inline blocking. Something that I think we can consider a style of offense at this point. And the thing about it is it's very tight end friendly, obviously, but it's an offense that's in neutral. It consists of a great running game and a good O-line, a quarterback that's not too good and not too bad, and you can centralize focus on running the football and using your tight end play action game. And if you recruit tight ends well enough, they'll just naturally be a mismatch for a college football team where you got either skinny fast linebackers because of it's a pass happy college football space, or you got heavy run gap filling linebackers that can't defend the pass. So tight ends these days are very unique in the sense that they have enough speed and athleticism to run routes, but also big enough to be an extra blocker. And they're of all sizes too, which is probably one of the more unique positions in football. So that's just what our offense is centralized around. It's no at this point getting away from your Michael Mayers of the world and Cole Kmets and Brock Wrights and Durham Smythes, because it starts with them and how they do so much in the run game, being 12 personnel and being just as big as our tackles pretty much, and blocking. And then we turn around and do the pass game. They're a natural mismatch. We give them routes, a ton of routes to run over the middle. and our quarterbacks happen to just build a rapport. I mean, it's a very safe option when we're calling games with the tight end being in focus. So we do run the first ever style tight end offense, which has been productive. And Jared Parker's been, like he said, passed down in good hands because you're still calling plays for him. So I mean, uh, I don't find it a surprise that our offensive coordinator, who was a tight ends coach, has our tight ends being a primary focus as he is the offense coordinator. It just makes sense. So yeah, I think that is a strategy we've used for the last 9 years. It's a very uh, you can win into the offense, but it's a very neutral offense. You're only gonna score as much as your defense is allowing the other team to score. And our defense has been very stout and has given us chances to really win games by bigger margins. Uh, as an offense, though, we have to be able to take hold of that and be better on figuring out how we're going to be more accessible outside of just the tight ends, because just like running the football, you're just not going to put up enough points throughout the game to win unless you got a Brock
Yeah,
guy down in Georgia. That brother down there, he can get you some points, but other than that, it's just tough.
yeah. Lucky Lefty podcast. Some good stuff in the chat. We'll get to some of your questions or comments. Um, I think it's Brendan makes a comment about the AAU certification. I think Cam did a great job of explaining that. Like, yeah, Notre Dame, when it comes to the business school, when it comes to the engineering school, they're at the forefront. I forget the other school that Cam said surprisingly is like top 3 in the world. It was like one of the schools that he said is top 3 in the world that most people don't know about. But Cam was also upfront about the biology department not being as expansive and as grown out as it probably should be. So that was the conversation when we talk about research and things that might
We're
not
the number
actually
one business school because we about making that money.
get money.
Come
But
on now.
Cam was making a point with the question was with certain things with biology, it does not exactly mix with faith. You know what I'm saying? So you start digging into sports science and technology because who Notre Dame is, certain things might be okay, but we had to ask the question: will Notre Dame and who they are, you know, in certain ways be an obstacle? So and Camp did an incredible job of breaking it down. He really did. So let's see. Let's go to Jeremiah Love. The young man, number 12, was talking about, you know, having a problem. You got a problem with the platoon at running back?
Uh,
Coming in, I knew what I was getting myself into. I thought we were going to have more running backs. The running backs I committed with, they all decommitted. So I was expecting it to be a lot of running backs, but that's what I was hoping for, so we can all just share the load and not have to put as much stress on our bodies. Yeah, I've accepted it. I think it's great for all of us. It doesn't, we all stay healthy because of it for the most part. And yeah, I kind of knew from the start it was going to be a lot of running backs.
Hey, you want me to translate that for you, Love?
okay.
Want me to translate that?
I think I know where you're going with it.
It's my freshman year, so I'm cool with it. It, it, it keeps me healthy. But best believe, come next year and the year after that, because I'm only gonna be here for 3 years. I'm gonna be that dude. Translation. That's the translation. There it is.
That's what he's saying, huh?
Man, as a freshman coming in, I knew it. Dylan Edwards was supposed to be. He was committed when I was committed. So, our freshman class, we were gonna rock it out. You know, now, we cool with it. I'm cool with it.
Is that where the running back position is though is coming to it by committee in order to stay healthy? I think if that was the mindset he was talking about, yeah, he's definitely thinking a little bit ahead. You want to be healthy and still get the exposure and carries enough carries to get the film you need. I think if that
Hey
was the
man,
makes sense.
yo, the Davis kid from Kentucky, because it's very rare you see just workhorses in
Yeah,
college
he
football. He's a workhorse.
he's nice.
That
He's
kid, the
nice.
Davis kid at Kentucky, I can't wait to see how he fares against Georgia's defense this weekend. Because it's
He's
at
nice.
Georgia, and it's at Georgia, and Kirby just always has something waiting for teams defensively. So we'll see. Um, Edwards at Georgia, he's a workhorse. Getting 20
Oh
plus
yeah,
carries every week.
yeah. He's nice. There's some good running backs out there right now.
Hmm.
Sure, I think Jeremiah Love is just a different running back because he's not like a power running back like those other guys. But he runs between the tackles, so it's like
Hmm.
his version of that. And he flies through there. I like that he's fearless running through the holes. Sometimes running backs like to piggy foot too much getting through there. He's hitting it full speed downhill, which I hope he doesn't lose when he gets older. I think it can only help him. He reminds me, him getting a little bit bigger. He could be like an Ahmad Bradshaw type of back, just fast down the lane, maybe one or two cuts. I think he knows that he's probably waiting on a big breakout game or breakout year. I feel like he's getting close to it because he's getting some pretty good yards on these. Get 12 yards here, you get a 15-yard here, you get a first down. I think he does
Hmm.
some good plug and play stuff. But I would, like he said, like your translation, but also like I've been saying, when it gets down to the clutch time, you got to put your guys in. You got to call the guys that are the best players on your offense that give you the best chance because it's not a time to be community. Because even in a community, you get a mayor, you know what I'm saying? You get a treasurer. You get people
Right.
that do specific things for the group, and that's what we have to get to. Yeah, it's all Whoville, and we all love each other. We all look alike. This, that, and the third. But there's got to be one. That's the Grinch. That's in there. That's shaking things up, where we can go to make
Yeah.
things happen.
Yeah. I don't look, man. Whether it was me and my son, or whether I was a coach of a young man that was a really good running back, there is absolutely no need for a running back to play 4 years in college. None. 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 Now, what they have to deal with, the bias from an NFL standpoint, you're not gaining anything
And
playing
that,
4 years of college.
I
I
mean,
was what I didn't
unless you're
know
doing
this.
it, unless you're
Go
doing
ahead.
it the way you're saying, unless you're doing it
Right.
by committee, and
Right.
you getting 5 or 6 carries a game, you might have to stay another year just to complete that enough video, enough tape to get to the league. Like for instance, Jeremiah loves the injury situation because those 3 years of tape he could really make some crazy highlights and
Yeah.
on a smaller carry load than what a Reggie Bush had,
Right.
for instance. But it's still you playing a dangerous game because that's very dependent on your coaches plugging you in the right spots, games, and opportunities.
Yeah. You fully expect that after his third year, Aldridge has a great chance of moving on to the NFL after this year. I was surprised to, I don't know if you saw any of the LSU Ole Miss game.
Oh yeah, I
And
watched that. Heck
okay, did you hear the commentary they had about Logan Diggs during the
yeah,
game?
Yeah, Logan, I think he played all
Logan
right.
Logan wanted to leave when Brian Kelly left.
Right.
He stayed 1 year to get his degree.
Mm.
That's why he played for Notre Dame last year, because he did not want to leave without being lined up to get the Notre Dame degree.
Oh, the good old Notre Dame trick, huh?
So once he lined everything up this spring, he went ahead and made the transfer. I
But
can't be
once you get
mad
that
at him.
golden ticket, I mean, hey,
Yeah,
you just staying for fun. Once you get that golden ticket, man, you served your time. Now you get an opportunity. You can stay, or you can see what else is out there. And he went home, which is, in all, is a pretty good deal.
yeah, yeah. It is. It's the best of both worlds, man. In today's
Yeah,
college football, still, you know, being able to get that degree and then put yourself in the best situation that you feel like is for you. But I think he has about 8 to 10 touches right now. That'll probably go up to like 15 next year. In his third year here at Notre Dame, he might be getting 18 to 20 touches.
yeah, definitely especially if he's heating up, getting ready to leave his second, third year.
Yeah,
He had to be averaging at least 10, 15, 15, 20 touches a game. You can imagine. But also has to go back to what are we doing offensively? Are we transitioning to a different style of offense where we're trying to throw it more and run naturally less, or are we always going to be built run base first? What if Cam Williams comes in and becomes that deal,
mm,
and we gotta throw the ball to him?
absolutely.
How's that change things? What does that look like?
Yeah.
The ball got to go outside now.
Well, sticking to the running backs before we get to Al Golden, bro. I think the trend for Notre Dame started with Kyron Williams. Because I think a lot of people question Kyron when he decided to leave. But
Hey, he left him scoring touchdowns now, man. Real happy for Kyrie.
I'm gonna say something because I see it in the chat. And Left, if you disagree with me, that's fine. It's like 100. You say 100 people. You guys get 80. Was it 85 scholarship players
Yeah.
in programs? And the total players within the program is close to 100. When you talk
Yeah,
walk-ons and stuff like that,
right around 100.
the top players in your program are about getting to the next level. That's
And
the
that's
top
10. That's
priority.
10 people.
That's the top priority. Winning a championship, if they can win one as a team on the way to getting to the next level, then fine. That's great. That's great.
You got 3 to 4 chances at it.
Yeah. You know, if you sit down with Jeremiah Love, and this is me in my opinion, I disagree. Kyron did the right thing.
Yeah.
He did the right thing. It doesn't matter where. No one takes running backs in the first and second round. So if you go in rounds 3, 4, 5, that's where running backs get taken.
Yeah. Jameer
Kyron
Gibbs was the
Williams
first one, right?
and he's killing right now for the Rams. So how he's having success. So how can you tell him the only reason he didn't have success last year is because he got injured?
Makers, yeah.
Absolutely. And he's a year closer to the bag, which is his second contract.
That's what I'm saying. If anything, it makes sense that he got drafted 5th round. He got to skip a year of getting hurt and getting injured. He's playing and being productive his second year. Now, third year, he gonna have to get a bag. coming off of a good year he'll have this year. I mean, if anything, he played out pretty good for him. But still, leaving when he did, shoot, the NIL stuff wasn't in place.
Yeah.
Why not? It's better to get paid $6 million and be able to go back to school anytime you want because you got that credit now. You in the NFL doing your thing. They gonna let you come back. I mean, hell, they
Right.
let Jerome Bettis come back 40 years later.
And Jay Lamont, I'm sorry, man. You talking about your emotions, dude. Because I see you talking about winning championships. The best players in the program, championship is secondary.
Regardless, they got
And
3 years to do
and
it.
they'll
They got
they'll
three
tell you
tries.
that if you sit and talk to them, they will tell you that. They'll give you all the team PC stuff, wanting to win championships. They've been playing football their whole life to go to the NFL.
Yeah, I
Nothing
mean, you're
trumps that.
aspiring to win a championship by aspiring to do that and getting
That's
close
not
to it.
me.
You'll
I'm
get
telling you
drafted.
from conversations I've actually had with college football players. MALIK played. He's telling you was at the top. Championships at Georgia come with the territory. The main thing that pushes top talent at top programs is the NFL.
And hell, getting paid in the fifth round is still more than your entry level job after college.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I know it's fifth
Absolutely.
round, and it's like, yeah, okay, it's a big drop off from first round money, but hell,
Absolutely.
fifth round money is way better than coming out of college working any job you basically could have unless you just hooked up.
Or coming or playing another year in Notre Dame that's not heavy into NIL. So why
Yeah,
would Kyron come back? For what?
for what? He earned his
Be,
opportunity, make some
man,
money.
be a workhorse for another year and beat my body up when they already disrespect us in the NFL? No, I'm getting to the bag. I'm going and I'm getting to
What's
the
the
bag.
chances? What's the chances he come back and he get drafted higher than fifth? He ain't getting faster.
People,
He
man,
didn't
people
go
got
from
this
a four.
fantasy. Pe-
He ain't
People
getting no
got this
faster. He'll even
fantasy,
get more beat up.
bro. People got this fantasy about their college football programs as fans and like playing for a championship and all of that. All right, the vast majority of the best players in college football are about the NFL. Period. Shadur is about the NFL. Shadur is coming back to help his dad.
To help his dad. I don't think he know.
Absolutely.
I don't think Shador sees it, but I think we see it. We know. Who else is telling they who do you know would tell the cameras around the world that they first round son, damn near second round son, is not going next year because he's not going number one? That ain't even reasonable. That's not even reasonable. So yeah, it's definitely strictly for Dion
Yeah.
and nothing else.
Man, Brock Bowers is probably laughing. Like, sit down. Hey, Brock, come back for the glory and to
Yeah,
win with your teammates. Brock Bowers is like, what? Man, you better go somewhere with that.
Brock Bowers about to be the highest drafted tight end ever.
I'm out. I'm out. Kobe Dean was like, I'm out. Jalen
And
Carter,
some
I'm out.
guys, but the thing is, we're talking about the 1%ers. 99 other percent of guys got to take that fourth year. We just
That's
don't
why
believe
that's why I'm
Jeremiah.
sitting up here laughing because we clearly said the best players. We pointed out the numbers, right? 100
Yep.
players in your program, 85 scholarship. The absolute best of the best have been the best the majority of their life on each level. And what has pushed them is not winning games in high school. You know how many NFL players, top NFL players, played on bad high school teams, bro?
Yeah. The whole plan on a good high school football team is like recent. It's like a 20-year thing. Like you got all these kids teaming up together now. That's a recent thing.
Man,
Like that ain't always been like that where the Boscos in modern days it's like no. Now you got 17-year-old freshmen being double held back just to play high school football. It's a circus now.
It's a circus. And so a kid like Jeremiah Love, him and his father, oh, dude, he talked about in the press conference. Him and his father already have a plan, bro. They got a plan. They know it's 3 years and out. How is that a bad investment? When you're constantly on campus, you take classes over the summer, and you're prepared to get your Notre Dame degree in 3 years. Why would you stay? For what? What are you staying for? You got your degree. You're on the NFL radar, and you make yourself, you take, if you're going to take punishment, get paid and take the punishment. Don't come get punishment away. That's why Kyron running the ball. Kyron was running the ball 25, 26 times a game, bro.
Yeah.
With his running style. The heck was he going to come back to Notre Dame? Once again, it'd be different if he was in the SEC, where they actually are heavily involved with NIL. He's at Notre Dame.
Kyrie had enough tape to leave. Why not?
Absolutely. He carried the running game for 2 years. Why would he come back? For what? Kyron wasn't about to be a second-round pick.
Regardless.
Either way, he was who he was. That's why programs do draft evaluations. That's why they do that. That's why they do it. Isaiah Foskey did not improve his draft evaluation. Isaiah Foskey came back so he could be a first-round pick. He failed. So now what?
He failed.
He failed. So was it a good decision? He definitely didn't win a national championship. He was a second, third-round pick after 3 years. He chose to come back to improve his draft stock. And he did.
The same place.
He's in the same place.
So all he ended up doing was just helping Notre Dame another year. It's just fortunate that he didn't get hurt. You know.
That's it. That's it.
And he got the sack record. That's it.
He did get the sack record. So that's cool for him.
So he just helped out Notre Dame, helped himself get a record. That's it. He didn't improve his money or nothing.
That's it. Next you're gonna tell me
graduated.
Next you're gonna say Michael Mayer should have stayed another year. For what?
Michael Mayer, if anything, you got to get on the tight ends before him. All of them left in 3 years.
For what?
Cole Kmet, get on him. Get
Stop
on Brock
begging kids. Stop. This ain't 1970, dude. Y'all act like y'all just like the NCAA. You're a student athlete. Come win a championship. Man, it's like 3-4 programs every year that's serious about winning a championship. And honestly, Notre Dame hasn't been there over the last 12 years. Notre Dame hasn't been a serious contender for a championship.
Yeah.
You're not fooling anybody. The young men in that locker room know. They know. So when they're making business decisions, that's part of it. Cal Hamilton wasn't about to come back for a 4th year. For what?
For what? Yeah. It's like
he almost messed up his knee in his 3rd season.
Yeah, you worse off coming back.
Man,
when you in those positions, guys that are the 1% of the football team, which are 4 or 5
absolutely
guys
no sense,
year.
bro.
Ben Morrison, we're gonna be talking about him not playing in the next couple.
How about Jared Patterson? That's another one, right? That came back for his 4th year last year.
Oh, it got worse.
To improve his stock. What happened?
It got worse. Matt Barkley, shit, another one. You just name a bunch of dudes coming back when they shouldn't.
Y'all stop falling for this okie doke, old school NCAA student athlete NCAA point of view of looking at stuff.
But
like
they're
it's
getting
a bad
their degrees in 3 years.
Dude, that's mostly every kid that's in the program after 3 years is like right there.
Yeah,
ready to
you
get
get a
their
couple.
degree.
You just like average American, a couple credits from finishing.
It's like, man,
We are no different than anybody. We just a couple credits from finishing.
you
Hell,
are
how many people you know? I got a couple credits from finishing a nursing degree,
facts.
and I got to take it at every community college, a class at every community college to finish. It's no
Facts.
different. Except
None.
Notre Dame, these players just got more money. They left for a good starting bonus. They ain't gotta live at home. They get their own place, go finish their last two classes, and then network. I mean, that's everyday
And
American.
like Jay, once again, you keep going in the wrong direction. Talking about win a championship, you preach stay. No. If you have a program where kids in high school can see that they can get 3 into the NFL, you get the top players and then you win a championship.
And you win with young guys. Nick Saban
You
proved
going
that.
in reverse. That
Nick
stuff you
Saban proved
talking,
that.
like I said, that's that 1970s, 80s thing. Oh, stay 4 years so we can win a championship.
It
Georgia's not telling their players to stay 4 years. Alabama's not telling their guys to stay 4 years.
now for basketball, I think it applies. You look at San Diego State; they were all seniors. I think basketball it
But you're
applies.
talking about a non-traditional program that's not going to get the top players. They have to go JUCO route and other route, transfer route to get their players. They're not getting a top 15 player
Oh yeah, San Diego
in a
State's not.
recruiting class. They're
No,
not Duke. They're not Kansas.
yeah, that's true.
Name a great player on Georgia, Alabama the last 5 years that stayed 4 years. Name them. You
Only
can't.
one. Only one was N'Kobe Dean because he was already undervalued
And he
anyway,
was undersized.
undersized. So he had to come. He wasn't the 1%.
Absolutely.
Everybody else was a 1%er. Jalen Carter, Nolan
Absolutely.
Smith, like all these dudes were Todd
Absolutely.
Gurley, Sony Michelle, Matthews. Like these guys were legit. Keely
And why
Ringo
do you
had to
think
stay.
the Georgia wide receivers transfer after they win a championship?
Yeah.
So they can play 2 years, 1 year at another school and go get to the NFL bag. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. AJ Mitchell, he went to go get some more money.
That's it.
He already got the ring.
Man, AD Mitchell literally is like my 3rd year. I'm going to Texas so I can get more targets and I can get to the league.
Yeah, he already got the ring.
That's it.
Because if you get the ring your sophomore year, what do you say now, Jay Lamont? I
Yeah.
mean, we supposed to then what? You still got to come back. Regardless, you got to come back in 3, so it doesn't matter. You get 3 opportunities.
And hey, you can be I'm happier ND fan as somebody that covers recruiting. Notre Dame is not going to get the top kids until they have a history of getting kids out of this program and high in the first round after 3 years. If that does not become a consistent trend, they will never recruit at the same level as the top schools. They just won't. They won't.
And honestly,
And that's fine. That's fine.
if you're doing a degree that's outside of the 3 years you can complete it, most guys that are even doing those type of majors and stuff come back ASAP anyway to finish. You look at guys that leave and as soon as they're done, they get into these medical degrees and stuff and start school right away and finish the credits. But they don't stay in school the whole time while they do football. They're gonna take advantage of what's shorter, and that's football, and they come back to school. So a lot of it is just interesting how people say. I think the stay in school mantra is more for high school kids. I think once you have gotten a chance to go to college, I mean you completed the whole stay in school route, because once you get to college, it's about making money and setting yourself up for that. You can always go to college. You can sign up for community college right away. But I think the stay in school mantra is definitely more high school based.
Left. This is a conversation. I remember we had this conversation offline, and I understand why the NFL has its regulations where they are. Remember, we talked about this. I think it was me, you, and Amir talking about this. Dude, Brock Bowers was ready for the NFL last year.
Oh, easily.
Bryce Young was ready after his second year.
Caleb Williams was ready last year.
Absolutely.
Jadeveon Clowney was ready his first year.
The high school level has evolved and gotten better. Strength and conditioning and the way these kids come into college programs is totally different.
Look at Drake Bowen and Jaden Osbury.
Heck yeah, the best of the best in college football after their sophomore year, they're ready for the NFL. I'm talking about the best of the best.
Yeah.
They're ready. They just have to come back for a third year because it's NFL regulations. That's it.
They just got to come back.
Brock Bowers would be killing in the NFL right now. Killing.
I mean, look at Zion. Zion, before the weight issues, he was ready. His first time he stepped on the court, that dude. He was ready to play, boy.
Yo, like people really think this is the funny thing. You learn more football when you become a professional than you did in 3 years in college.
That's right.
Talk to anybody that makes the next step to the NFL. They will tell you, dude, I had a conversation with Eddie Jackson when I was producing. This dude came from under Nick Saban. I'll never forget. He was at a restaurant on a remote with us. I'm producing a show. I'm chopping it up with him before and after the show. He said, I learned more in my first professional year as a safety than I learned my entire time at Alabama.
Easily. You're a professional.
Dude, people that play basketball tell you the same thing. I play in college. Man, kids would tell you they learn more playing in the G League than going to college. So look, man, people just had this fantasy view of college football, and it's like, dude, nah, bruh. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, you got the best of the best. They just come back for the third year because they have to. They have to. They don't have a choice.
Yeah, Cam Hart had to come back. He could have
as many injuries as he had.
He said, I got to come back.
Cam had to put on some better tape, though, too, though.
Right. But I'm saying, like,
Cam had to put forth some better
tape.
tape.
Come back have to come back. It's not like they could just, if guys could leave in 3, most college football players would. I think that's how I can say it. If most, I would say 95% of college football starters, if they could do it, they would do it in 3 and leave, like a Will Fuller route. Facts.
You played with a dude that was ready for the NFL after 2 years. Jalen Smith was ready for the NFL after 2 years.
Everybody know Jalen wasn't coming back after that Ohio State game season.
Yeah, and he played. What happened? He played the bowl game against Ohio State, and what happens?
Yeah, he shouldn't have played. Hell. Because once he got hurt, everybody didn't care that he played.
And if he didn't play, if he had announced that he didn't play or wasn't going to play against Ohio State,
right now,
Notre Dame fans would have been like, oh, he doesn't love the team. He's not a team player. Oh, I can't believe he's not playing in the bowl game. This, that, and the fourth. Yep, look what happened to him. He should have looked out for himself. And that's what I'm all for. These young men looking out for themselves. Skip the school, skip the program, because they're getting everything they can out of you from a financial standpoint and on that field. Everything. The quicker you can get to your money, go get it. And if you can line up a Notre Dame degree in 3 years and set your after football life up, go play. Come back to win no championship, all that fantasy stuff. It ain't your responsibility to win a championship. It's the head coach. It's the head coach's responsibility to recruit the next crew. to win a championship. It's not your responsibility.
Right.
If you fulfill the academic responsibility and in 3 years you don't win or do whatever, do what's best for you. You
Because
don't
guess
owe
what?
a
On the
school
flip side,
anything.
guess what? On the flip side,
And you don't owe the fans anything. There isn't a player in the Notre Dame that goes to Notre Dame that owes me a thing. None of them.
but guess what? On the flip side, we've seen schools, i.e., Marcus Freeman, tell dudes straight up, "Hey, I'm replacing you next year."
Absolutely. See, that's the foolishness of it. We want kids to say 4 years, but then we
We
can
ain't
just
giving
flat
you
out tell a
4.
kid. We can
We-
sit Drew Pine and tell him like, man, you might want to think about transferring.
Yeah, leave out on your before your 4th. Go ahead
Like,
and find you
man,
somewhere else to go.
right? We can see a Jeremiah Love and take a kid that was one of the first recruits to commit in a 23 class
And tell
and
him
call
nah.
him and his father up like, yeah, like old boy in Harlem Nights. Yeah, put your mom on the phone. Yeah, I ain't never coming home no more. Have a good life. All right, let's go. And Jeremiah Love is sunshine. Come
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
man.
yeah, for
All of
real.
that is cool. All of that is
All of
cool.
that is
But
cool. All of that is cool.
heaven forbid a kid looks out for himself, him and his family. You're supposed to come back and win a championship. All right. Okay.
Ian Book had to come back. Ian Book is winning his quarterback because he had to be here. He couldn't leave it after 3 and go get him no NFL first round Trevor Lawrence money.
Who
So instead
in?
he came back
You mean the all-time winningest quarterback in Notre Dame history?
because he had to be. He had to keep coming back.
Mm.
Sam Hartman's another example. Had to keep coming back. He thought college was sweeter than the NFL for his status as of before he left. Now
Man.
his status is better. Just because
Mm.
he played for Notre Dame. This is the most TV time he's gotten in 4 years. Nobody was talking about Sam like this till he put a Notre Dame jersey on.
Hey, man, if Sam was a first rounder, Sam wouldn't be at Notre Dame.
Facts.
Period. If he was a first round talent at quarterback, he wouldn't be at Notre Dame.
Because he had a good career at Wake Forest. And all of them numbers he put at Wake Forest didn't put him to a first round talent.
Absolutely.
So he came to Notre Dame to get some more pub. I mean, hey, we can do that to guys. Look at Jack Cohn. Look at Ian Book. Deshaun. Hell, Deshaun played 2 seasons and got him in that second round. If Deshaun was at Rutgers,
Yeah.
you think he'd be second round that fast?
Mm-hmm.
No. So, yeah,
And
Notre Dame put that stamp on you.
I ended it with this way. That dude that coaches defensive lineman at Ohio State, we got Jean Baptiste as a transfer, right, left?
Yep.
If he was that dude at Ohio State, he wouldn't be at Notre Dame.
Facts.
He'd be in the NFL right now.
And Larry Johnson wouldn't have let him leave if he was that dude.
Absolutely not. But Larry Johnson has 2 on his defensive line right now that's going first round after 3 years. With Tariq Williams, a sophomore, probably going next year after 3 years.
Oh, they
And guess who he has coming in this recruiting class?
Justin
That's going
Scott.
to leave in 3 years. I'm telling you now that Justin Scott already has a plan. I'm telling you from firsthand conversation. Justin Scott ain't all of that Peter Pan, Disney, pixie dust stuff. Y'all think about college football? No matter what Justin Scott made it, where he was going, it was 3 years. That's it. 3 years and I'm out. That's it. All we trying to do is tell you, Left, you coach on the high school level. You coach against some of the best kids from California. Man, these parents are crazy, bro. Nico, I am believer hasn't taken a snap. Nico is 3 and out at Tennessee. They already got a plan.
Already got a plan.
They already got a plan. That is today's high school player, man. That's today's high school player.
Yeah.
It's the way things have changed, man. It's the way things have changed. And you know who gets hurt, Left? Because now you have the coaches wanting to go get transfers rather than recruits, because these transfers can get on the field and help me quicker than this recruit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna take a chance on these transfers, and then I'll go get the best of the best recruits that I know can get on the field and help me.
Yeah, if it turns into, if high school recruits can't be ready to play day one, then you might as well go to JUCO and then get recruited out of there until you get picked up by the right place. Because now the transfer portal is going to take the experienced, tested player over the unproven, has to be developed project player every time. Which is, it's a part of the game is evolving, and that happens in recruiting. But it goes back to our original point of, it's not on the player to win a championship.
Absolutely.
At all. But when you are on a team, you want to play your best, obviously, because you're trying to go to the next level. And when all 11 or 22 on the field do that, then you get the Georgias of the world, the Alabamas of the world, where guys are getting drafted left and right, but it's the coach that put y'all on the same team together.
Mm-hmm. And Jay Lamont, please go to the next, because you keep making it worse. Like, your points keep getting worse. Jason Adamiola left. Justin Adamiola asked to come back. He wanted to come back. And conversations that I would never release took place, and he didn't come back. So like I said, you don't know the inner workings and you don't talk to these kids. You just on that pixie dust or that 1970s and 1980s student athlete NCAA stuff. Yes, ask Jason Adamiola why he didn't come back, or ask Justin Adamiola why he's not here. Has nothing to do with what you're talking about. They both have Notre Dame degrees. Shout out to both of them, because they were both on campus for the Ohio State game. But go ask them why they're not back. It doesn't support your point. Trust me. Lucky Lefty Podcast. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it right at that. We come back, Al Golden talks, and then we'll break down the matchup with the Louisville Cardinals, boy. Woo! Some people over on Locked On Louisville have been talking a little trash, Left. I might have to put them on the petty train.
I have to.
Lucky Lefty Podcast. Welcome back. The ONORA boys are in the building. CFB Nation. Presented by Twisted Tea.
That's right.
This is what we do. We spin it different. Al Golden met with the media. His defense has been very solid, spectacular to start this season. A surprise to many of us. And this is what he thought about his defense's performance thus far against Duke and what they need to do possibly moving forward.
Flows in games, and if you get too emotional or get too high or get too low, it's hard to be consistent. And I think what they showed is, look, we knew he was a really good quarterback coming in, like really good quarterback. If he could beat us in every facet it was going to be a long night. I think the guys did a really good job of eliminating his rhythm throws in the quarterback draw. And then he got out a couple times against us because he's good, you know. But we weren't dealing with all the issues in the game. So I think our players did a good job of understanding that and eliminating some of the issues. We got to be better. We got to tackle better. But that's college football. Like every week's a new set of challenges, and besides the scheme that Coach Braun does, just really, really impressed with their personnel.
Translation left. Yeah, I had that cat Riley Leonard in the mix. I had him in the blender. I had him confused. He didn't know what was going on. Somebody said something very interesting. Riley Leonard as a transfer quarterback, especially if Mike Elko takes another job, that might be pretty interesting for Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, it's only interesting if it's a tier 1 guy transferring in. If it was Drake May coming in, Caleb Williams, Shadur, yeah, high praise. But we've already done the non-tier 1 quarterback transfer and had success. Jack Cohn set a really good precedent on what is the bar for a transfer guy. Because he was a backup nobody at Wisconsin that let Graham Mertz take his spot. So we can find a guy like that and win 10 games with. Nothing else is that impressive when it comes to the QBs. That's why I'm like, nothing Sam is really doing is moving the needle for me, just because Jack Cohn been there, done that. Jack Cohn threw for 500 yards in the game, 5 touchdowns, bowl game. Jack Cohn done won the Pitts and the Purdue's and the Toledo's. He ain't win no big ones. He ain't beat Cincinnati, just like you ain't beat Ohio State, Sam. So the only thing moving the needle for me is a tier 1 guy that can change the landscape. All these other guys, right, he'll be no different, right? Leonard will be no different, in my opinion.
I think Al Golden's comments were spot on. I think they've done a really good job of executing game plan for the most part. They've had, you can't expect a defense to dominate the entire game and just hold teams down. That's why the way that defense played against Duke, they gave up 2 consecutive drives. And you can say, like, man, you can't get those 2 drives up in the fourth quarter, but
you were holding them all game.
Man, and it would have been a shame if Notre Dame had lost that game with that defensive effort. It just really would have been a shame.
You win football games by scoring points, and if your defense give it up in the last 2 drives, it's not their fault. You had the whole game to score. It's not make it take it in football. So if it was make it take it in football, I would say it's more on the defense, because y'all got to stop them. They're going to kill you all game. But because football is non-make it take it, that means you have opportunities every time to get the ball and do something with it. If you don't score, it's on the offense. So for defense to give it up like that in the end, it's not their fault. How long can somebody hold on? You're getting beat up all game. Eventually, the floodgates are going to open. But conversely, you got all the opportunity to be on attack mode where they don't even have to worry about it. The defense, if it's leading the football story for your football team, you're a bad football team. You're a bad football team. Defense shouldn't be having to explain how 14 points and 21 points isn't good enough to hold the team off. You got to look at the offense. How the hell they only score 14, 17, less than 21, and you a premier program and can't win? You tell anybody in the country you hold a top team to 14, 17 points that's used to scoring literally 40 plus a game, literally, you supposed to win that game. We don't even have to watch it. Well, we had to watch the one, obviously, with us, because that wasn't even enough. And we looking at defense like, you got 10 men on the field. We lost before that play.
Mm.
We lost before that play. The fact that we
You
scoring
pre
14.
hey, you preaching, boy. I'm about to play this organ. I'm about to play this organ. You preaching. You
Seriously, we
preaching.
lost
You
before
saying
that play.
something that everybody else is scared to say.
We lost before the play. You go in there and score 14 points at the end of the third? Or what was it? The start of the fourth, end of the third? That's when you score your 14? You playing from behind at that point, even if you ahead.
Mm.
Because now you're in a position where you finally get over the hump and the Dragon waking up like, oh, that's all you got?
Mm.
It's 14? Oh, y'all done. I'm finna wake up and turn y'all up. It don't matter how much time's left because we the better team. We the Dragon. You trying to slay the Dragon. You done put the Dragon to sleep and just cut off his finger?
Mm.
That ain't going to be enough. Because when I
Mm.
wake up, y'all can't do nothing about it because we the best team in the country
Mm.
in that game. And that's what Ohio State felt like when the biggest blow of the game after that long drive was only up what, 4 points. They probably went to the sideline and be like, damn, that's all Notre Dame got, huh? 3 minutes to go. Their best shot is being up 4 points.
And I look, it's a lot of Notre Dame fans. I've seen this on social media. It's a lot of Notre Dame fans begging for a rematch, bro.
No, we don't want no rematch.
Y'all don't want no rematch
No.
because Ohio State is not going to put up just 17 points in the
No.
rematch. I can tell
Hell
you that.
no. Hell no.
You give them a month to prepare for Al Golden, like they had a month to prepare for Kirby Smart. Ohio State's putting up 30.
Yeah, easily.
They're putting up 30. Because that's what
Well,
it takes to win in January.
and what would be our counter to that? That'd be my question. What's our counter on offense to be like, all right, now we ain't relying on the run game to win.
Hey,
Have we ever had a strategy outside of that? I think it was Jack Cone, Fiesta Bowl, or
when
PlayStation Bowl.
that cat Tommy just said, man, we're not running the ball at all today.
I knew he was leaving after that because ain't no way he get off brand that far. He must have talked to Jack before the game and said, listen, this is my great escape right here. We win this game. You throw for 500 plus yards, we both out of here. Jack was like, shit, all right, let's do it. They went out there and had a show.
Man.
We thought Tyler Buckner was going to pop in there for a change of speed. We thought.
None of that. None of that. None of that.
This boys came out and said, let me
That
show you
dude,
something real quick.
that dude told Jack Cone, I'm about to wear your
I'm
labrum
about to
out.
wait. Look, you going to get to the league under me, man. I'm going to get you all the tape. I
Man.
mean, we had some plays in there. Now, oh, we open. We open today. What happened to that? That's Sam's type of game. That's what that game versus Ohio State should look like. Because I'm okay with scoring 14 points and we did something like that. That means we was committed to going out swinging, and dang it, if we're gonna lose, it's gonna be because our quarterback just didn't pull through. That's the game that I wish we could have had. Sam just threw for 400 yards, 32 for 48.
Mm-hmm.
Man, just out there just dealing. That's the games that you win them college classics. Hell, Colorado USC. Colorado was throwing that thing to come back. And they almost did it. So, I think the teams that are winning realize throwing the football is the key to victory.
I hope they recognize it, bro, because it's been evident. It's been evident. You have to be able to put points on the board to win, especially in January. So Al Golden, what's up your sleeve, man? You've been preparing the squad well for each opponent. What's up your sleeve for Louisville, and what do you expect?
And the only thing that matters is how we play today, how we practice today, how we prepare today, and the challenges just keep coming. So we got another challenge this week, a dynamic offense. I think they're scoring 37 a game. Can run the ball. Obviously, a veteran quarterback, got skilled guys that can move it on the perimeter. So it's a great challenge for us.
I think if we had a translation on this, it would be, yeah, they like to score 37, but they're not getting it this week. Now, I'm not going to give you all the secrets.
That's what's up.
On how we gonna get to it, but just know every day we closer to lowering that average on our day-to-day preparation, getting ready for this week.
Yeah, that's
so that 37 that they like to score, it ain't happening. That's why I mentioned the number. He ain't mentioned no other numbers today. He said what they have 37 a game? Yeah. That's the one thing that I can depend on Coach Al Golden for, is that whatever your point total is on the average, you're not hitting it. You're hitting half of it. And if you can get half, and our offense has to be able to overcome that other half to win the football game. That's how it should be when you have a good defense. But we got to be highlighting the game as an offensive unit, and defense is rallying by closing them out the way they do. Because you got to think, for us to be in these tight games and even losing the game that we did, we put our defense in a ton of stress. That's just a stressful position. Oh, just hold them off one more time. Hold them off one more time. One more time. And you ain't getting no help. No easy points. No nothing. And we got turnovers. We got an apple turnover, cinnamon turnover, We got them turnovers. And y'all ain't doing nothing with them. So for Al Golden to be in stress positions these last couple games, he's definitely not letting Louisville make it any different. And he keeps saying offense, look, they like 37, they're getting half of that. Can y'all make up the difference? Can y'all make it work? Because if not, I don't know how you're going to win games not scoring points. That's just what I think.
Man, left we're out here putting Sam Hartman in the same boat as Ian Book in the chat, Left.
What do you think?
I'm not going that far, Left.
What do you think?
I'm not going that far, Left. That's a little bit.
Who do you think is better?
Who do I think is better? Is a better quarterback? Just, Sam Hartman is a better passer of the ball.
Is he?
Better than Ian Book? Are you kidding me? Bro, do you really want to get into like the film breakdown of Ian Book? At least Sam will throw the deep ball. Will attempt to throw the deep ball.
I'm just asking.
Ian wouldn't even pull the trigger consistently.
Ian and Sam scored the same amount of points in games. When you talk about effectiveness in the game, Ian's was more effective in games than Sam has been these first 4.
Bruh, Ian's offense was struggling against MAC teams at home, bro. You really
Yes,
want to get into this
yes,
conversation?
yes, but it was
Huh?
through Ian though.
Wait. Ian almost lost a couple of games at home to subpar teams, bro.
We almost lost to Duke, a basketball.
Where they didn't score. I said subpar teams. According to Notre Dame fans, Duke was
It was a what?
not on the same level. I'm just saying. We heard all week.
Duke has Ian Book has played plenty of hyped up Duke games, Syracuse games, Pitt games, Wake Forest hyped up games. I don't see where the difference lies. Because when it comes to the brightest of lights, we already established that neither one of them is tier 1.
Well,
So
Ian has that 2020 Clemson game under his wing.
see,
Right?
see.
Let me ask you a question though. What happened in that rematch though?
He wasn't tier 1. We know that.
What happened? Well, no. What happened in that rematch when that other dude was playing that put pressure on him to have the match?
We know what happened. But
Okay.
That's the same thing with Sam. And it's worse because he let a guy that has played exactly 46 games less than him. 46. Outshine him on the night at home. At home. At least Ian won that thing at home now. He got the crowd to run on the field now. He got that one. He did that one. He didn't do it away from home. He did it at home at least.
Right.
Sam Hartman still got to fix his address to the bank. You know how you get a new address, you got to update your bank info. He ain't even update his bank info. They still in North Carolina still.
So if Al Golden had actually pressured McCord instead of dropping 8 on 3rd and 19,
Man, we lost before that drive. We lost on the drive where Sam almost threw a pick on the screen. We lost a drive where Sam fumbling the snap, taking the sack on 2nd down when we trying to close the game out. Yeah, that's where we lost. So tell me what Ian Book not doing that. Ian Book going,
Bruh, it's some dark Ian Book moments, bruh. I'm not trying to dredge them up.
How is the winningest quarterback of all time got dark moments?
Hey, bruh, Ian Book has some dark moments, bro.
How he was winning them? He was winning them dark moments.
Yeah, bro.
He was winning them dark moments.
Okay, barely beating a MAC team at the crib. That's nothing to come on, bro. I'm not giving you a pat on the back for that.
Why not? It's a W.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Remember Ball State 2018, 2019? At home?
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
The heroic effort of coming back.
Look, man, if you want to be upset with the offensive production and you want to take it out on Sam Hartman, that's fine, dude. That's fine. But Sam Hartman is a much better thrower of the football than Ian Book. And it's not close. And you know that. You know that, Malik. Stop playing. Now, if you want to get into winning games and just being a gamer and being able to make plays off schedule with his legs and all of that.
Hold on now. What we asking for now? We asking for. I just want to know what we asking for. Cause that sounds like a recipe for a win.
All I'm saying is Sam does have 2 more opportunities on the schedule, right?
He got one more.
Big win.
Clemson can't lose the other ACC team.
So wait a minute. If Clemson, I would be with you if Clemson was at home. He still has to go into Death Valley at night and play that game. Don't act like that's an easy venue and an easy game.
We're 30-0.
And it's not the Clemson defense that's bad. He's going up against the best part of Clemson. The Clemson offense is the part that stinks.
Wait, Sam is the better option in the game.
No. My point is And I love this because I used to tell Tom Brady fans this all the time. Look, I used to tell Tom Brady fans this all the time, dude. Especially when they used to argue against Peyton Manning. Look, the Clemson defense is the best part of that team. That's who Sam Hartman has to compete against. He's not competing against Cade Klubnik in that offense.
Riley Leonard went crazy on that defense. So
Like, stop taking stuff out of context because you know darn well Riley Leonard's stats versus Clemson does not equal he went crazy. He had one big run. They returned a fumble. Oh, come on. What are we doing right now?
Sam Hartman can't put up better production than Riley Leonard did against Clemson?
Say it again.
Sam Hartman can't put up a better productive day than Riley Leonard did against Clemson?
Against who?
Against Clemson.
Okay. And you're saying that counts as another opportunity. That's what you're saying.
I'm not comparing Sam Hartman and Riley Leonard for the fact that I think they're similar. I'm saying Sam should handle this opportunity against Clemson like the 30-0 other ACC teams we've been able to deal with. Clemson's lost to 2 ACC teams in the same year. We haven't lost in 3.
So you're basically saying Clemson lost to 2 scrubs? Is that what you're trying to say? Because you're trying to make it seem like Clemson is trash because they lost to 2 scrubs.
I'm saying we're 30-0 versus ACC teams, and Clemson has lost to 2 ACC teams this season. And we beat the team they lost to.
What were those 2 teams, though?
Duke, who we should have spanked mightily. And we beat who's beaten Clemson that we're playing, which makes it less of a big game. We beat the bully that beat them up. So what that make the fight? What does that make the fight? We beat the bully up for beating up the fight that was supposed to be the main event.
So basically, you're saying the Clemson game is going to be Canelo against Charlo.
Basically.
Just a trash mismatch. That's basically what you're saying? That's what you're saying?
Nah, Charlo is not respected over here after that fight.
At all.
He's not getting
at
no
all.
credit. We're not about to sit there and act like
at all.
You gave it your all, you didn't, you were running.
My man was on the Access show talking all that trash, showing us his home, his swimming pool.
Then he called out Bud, like, you leave Bud out of this because you really don't want any of those issues over there.
None. You don't want those problems, big fella. As Chan said.
Because Bud more technical than Canelo anyway. Bud gonna put it on you. But no, I'm just saying that Clemson is lessening themselves getting to this game, where Sam should feel good enough watching the film that teams like Duke and teams like Florida State and watching their defense, that there are a lot of things that Sam should be able to handle. Sam's game 55, 56 right now. He got more games than Marcus Freeman's ever coached. So you would expect, matter of fact, Sam's got more games than probably all of the coaches combined on the staff. All that wealth and knowledge and experience should be able to go into Death Valley and do what the better team is supposed to do and be 31-0 against ACC teams. That's what the expectation is for Sam.
Yeah. All right.
Because what did we lose Tyler Buckner for?
So now Tyler Buckner is the same quarterback as Sam Hartman. Boy, you are on a roll today. You are on a roll today.
See how you try to twist it? No, I'm saying.
What I twisted for? How did I twist it? You asked the question.
I said
you made it seem like what
our quarterback position.
Did we? According to you, wait a minute. Did we upgrade? I don't know. According to you,
saying because we need to see that happen. That's all I'm saying.
So you do believe they upgraded the quarterback position?
That's what we all have seen.
No. Stop avoiding the question. You dancing around.
We have already bought it. We bought
You
the shirt.
running, you running like
We
Charlo right
bought
now.
the expensive shirt from the
You
store. We're
you
wearing
you
it now. What you want me to say? I'm wearing it. I'm wearing the shirt.
you're
I
running,
done
you're
picked it
running.
out. I done spent the extra little cash. I didn't want to at first, but I got it. I'm wearing it. It is what it is.
Left, you in here
You know
like
what I'm
Jamel
saying?
Charlo right now, bro.
How?
You dancing, you running.
We got the better quarterback, like the more expensive shirt. We went from polo to a nice little,
Wait a minute,
silk
hold
button
on.
up.
Where you about to go? You say polo, that's like
Where?
polo's
In
not something
expensive
you start at
shirts?
the bottom. Are you kidding me? See,
What costs more?
you must be
A
used to like the
Versace shirt
you must
or
be
a
used to the
polo
polo
shirt?
factory shirt. You have you seen how much a purple label shirt costs? Go to the polo store, not the polo factory store. Go to the polo mansion in New York or in Chicago and ask for a button-down purple label polo shirt and look at the price tag. Then come talk to me.
Look how specific you gotta get just to find one shirt.
Well, see, I'm a polo dude, so I know my wife has bought me polo suits and shirts for my birthday
Okay,
and
what's the shirt?
accessories.
I go to New York,
So,
get
so
the
I
purple
know
label. What's it running me?
purple label, nice button-down shirt. It's gonna hit you about 400 or 500.
A nice Versace shirt.
The tie is going now, depending upon if you start getting into the suits are gonna be like 2,000-3,000. Easy.
So is Sam a purple label or is he a Versace
Heck
shirt?
no. No. Sam is not a purple label. So okay, now if that's the case, you asking me, Sam is like a nice Sam is like a nice polo rugby.
Mm, okay,
It's
those
a,
are nice.
he's a nice polo new release rugby. Those will run you anywhere from like 150 to 300.
Okay.
So now, I've never been one of these Versace silk shirt P Diddy wearing dudes. Not like that. But Versace probably runs you about what? A
You
button
don't
down
got no
shirt?
silk shirts.
No, I haven't worn silk shirts since high school, bro, when they were in. Back in the day
Okay.
when you had the Jabos and the rayon shirts
Okay,
or
not
the print
silk,
silk shirts.
what they call that cotton? That Egyptian cotton. You know them real nice shirts, the real nice button down ones. You wouldn't wear nothing like that. Like what's it called? Tommy Bahama style shirts.
See, Jay Henry said a good Versace shirt will run you 450 to 500.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, like I said, purple label is gonna run you about the same amount.
You gotta
Heck, the
go.
the ties and the accessories, 200 at the Polo Mansion.
We got King Polo, Sean Davis on here, man.
Hey, bro, I'm just saying. I do the pillows. I do the blankets. Man, if I had a son, if I did have a son with my wife, it would be embarrassing what his bedroom would have looked like as a toddler. He would have had bears all over the place.
Yeah.
It would have been bad. It would have been really bad. So yeah, Sam Hartman is a nice rugby left.
Yeah. He's a
You
nice.
tried to make him, by mentioning Ian Book, comparing him to Ian Book, you're trying to make him sound like a knockoff. That's
He's
what you're
not a
doing.
knockoff. He just got two of the same shirts, man. That's all.
So he's
Two of
not.
the same
Oh, wait
shirts.
a minute. He's not showering and he's not changing clothes. Is that what you're saying? That's basically what you're saying. We saw back-to-back similar performances against Ohio State and Duke. So this dude basically wore the same shirt both games.
Well, I mean, Ian Book is hard to replace, man. He's the winningest quarterback of all time. You got Sam Hartman, who is supposed to be and is hyped as the missing piece. Like, all we needed was Sam Hartman, we would have been fine. Unfortunately, their career trajectory is on the same path, on the same lane. I don't see too much of a difference, except Sam has damn near just as many games, just a little more passing yards than Ian Book.
Hmm.
But from a legacy standpoint, what's the difference?
Jay Henry said that Ian Book is a Tommy Hill figure.
That's a good one.
Left, I don't even know if I would give him Tommy Hill figure. He might be Nautica. He might be Nautica. So once again, 6:30 Central Time, Cardinal Stadium. The line right now, you can get, I think it's at 7.5 at certain sports books, 6.5 at most. I did see a sports book that had it down to 5.5, meaning some money must be coming in on the Cardinal. Notre Dame is the third consecutive year facing quarterback Jack Plummer. Last year, when he came in with the Cal Bears, Notre Dame was able to sack him 6 times. He has limited mobility. Notre Dame
Very
should be able to,
limited.
man, Notre Dame should be able to get after him. They do have the leading rusher in the ACC at running back. They have 2 really
Like to
good
run the
running
ball,
backs.
yeah, for sure.
They run the ball 54% of the time. We talked about that earlier in the year. Al Golden talked about figuring them out. He understands the veteran quarterback, and he understands the big time 3 wide receivers they have with size and speed. They love to throw it deep. They love to throw up the 50-50 balls. They like chunk plays. Bring it on. Here we go.
Yeah, bring it
Bring it
on.
on. There's Ben. There's Cam. What you want to do? Bring it on. Should be a challenge, man. There should
Yeah,
be a
what you
challenge
want
for
to
this.
do, man? Yeah, what you want to do, man?
Should be a challenge for this secondary. He said 34 points a game. Al Golden mentioned that. You translated that very well. Like Notre Dame, more than likely is going to hold them to 20 or less points, meaning that, you know what, man? That's the thing. It has to feel great as an offensive unit to walk on the field and know or say to yourself, hey, if we can get 17, if we can get 20 points, we're winning this game.
I mean, yeah, you would. I mean, man, I tell you what, you talk about a huge relief when you can depend on your defense like that. At this point, you just trying to do everything you can to help the defense out in that aspect. You want to be able to score as much as you can because you know you can get the ball more.
Yeah. It is teams only completing 47% of their passes against Notre Dame's secondary, bro. And that's
We know that.
without,
We got Ben the robber.
yeah, and that's without an enormous amount of sacks. Like, you think that would coincide with a team that sacks the quarterback a lot? No. Notre
Well,
Dame has covered they've covered really well against teams this year.
we're not attributing the fact that we missed a ton of tackles.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we wasn't such a tackle missing team, we probably have more sacks and make it more, and it makes it more make sense.
I don't know what it is, bro. Like, getting us to miss tackles in the backfield is about as easy as hitting that left 2 or that right 2 on the PlayStation controller. Like, it's that simple.
It's an excitement thing, when you get back there, you do your job, you're like, oh, it worked. And then you get there, and then the guy just calmly sidesteps you and makes you look foolish. It's just, you know, it's pain that happens. But listen, when you prepare for the moment and you're doing all the little things in practice throughout the week, we shouldn't be missing those tackles. So it's about attention to detail, something that I know Al Golden is probably big on, being an NFL coach. And it's something we got to get better on because he's going to continue to be who he is.
Oh,
And the
absolutely.
defense needs to get better.
You're right about that. He is definitely going to continue to be who he is. I
Yeah,
expect plenty of pressure
yeah.
to be applied to Jack Plummer. For
What did he say?
real.
He said 37. That's what y'all used to? All right. We're
Yeah.
going to have something for that. We got something for that.
Like you said, Hartman was 15 or 30 for 222.
Very Ian bookish.
Heck, the 25 yards, the 23 yards he rushed for were bigger than the yards he passed for.
Very Ian bookish. Y'all want to, I told you they the same height.
Yeah, man. Notre Dame defense, they rank 11th in total defense, man. 271 yards per game. Fourth in passing yards allowed at 146. Louisville is used to putting up 312 yards per game. Rushing yards. Now, this is the thing. We told you that Louisville has the leading rusher in the ACC. Notre Dame is 52nd in rushing yards allowed at 124 per game. We told you, man. Once again, rushing yards per game has gone up again under Marcus Freeman and Al Golden. So, and we keep saying Notre Dame is not going to be a championship level defense until they can get that rushing yards per game closer to 100 yards or even under that.
That's right. You're not going to win too many games giving that many rushing yards up because that creates a balance that the offense can have. That can hurt your defense, especially if you're not scoring points in bunches.
Would you attribute, this is me, I'm being petty right now, Left, before we get out of here. To see the rushing yards continually go up on an annual basis, is that something you can just simply point to the linebacker position?
It'll be a big factor for sure.
Yeah. Well, Notre Dame gets a lot of players back this week. Eli Raridan should return. Jaden Thomas, Jaden Greathouse, Nolan Ziegler is on his way back. So Notre Dame goes into this game much healthier than they were against Duke. Jewel Worker says, who do you have, Oklahoma or Texas? Left? Oh, I'll tell you right now, I have Texas. I don't think Oklahoma's really played anybody, honestly. So Texas is going to be a huge step up in competition.
You think? Yeah, I think Texas. This is Texas make it or break it game for me. I think a lot of it is because they're so used to being hyped up and then falling short when they don't need to. So I'm wanting Texas to win. Quinn Ewers, keep holding it down because I know he's fighting the battle against Arch Manning in the QB room, always on his back, and trying to actually be productive for Texas, which they haven't in a long time.
I just don't trust Dylan Gabriel against a good Texas defense. That Gabriel, let me tell you something. If you have not I didn't really pay attention against Alabama because I was paying more attention to the offense for Texas.
Right.
The two defensive tackles that Texas has
are nice.
Man.
Yeah, them brothers is good.
It's a big dudes, bro. Those are the type of big dudes Notre Dame needs to start getting in the middle of that defensive line. Like, yo.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Man. Like, I love Howard Cross. Don't get me wrong.
He's very productive.
You get them big meat eaters, boy.
You can't replace size, though, man.
Man.
Just can't do it.
So, yeah, I think we both have Texas to win that game. Texas still struggles in the secondary. You can make some hay. Kansas had a little bit of success. But that front seven for Texas is just really physical and just they went to Alabama and pushed Alabama around, bro.
That's right.
That's pretty impressive. That still might be the most impressive win on the year.
Yeah, the way physically they did it,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But Left, you already know what time it is, man.
Petticoat, 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 junction.
It's time to get petty
Oh, we did a good job executing.
Are you upset with something?
and fire up the Petticoat Junction train.
I just don't like you.
You don't?
No.
What is today's petty history? Petty Junction.
Petty Junction, Petty Story of the Day, brought to you by ONORA Whiskey at ONORAWhiskey.com. That premium American whiskey, ONORAWhiskey.com. Bro, it's getting worse in Chicago. Whoever doing these armed robberies on the north side, man, now they hemming up the DePaul campus, bro. Students scared to come out, walk at night, scared to go to the library. It's bananas, bro. I was just downtown the other night and I'm like, it got to 11 o'clock and I was headed back south, though. I can tell you that. I was like, no, sir. You will not catch me in that time frame down here.
Not after the street lights, huh?
No. It was like a quarter to 11. I was like, all right. I'm about to head south. They are not about to catch me slipping.
No smoke around there, huh?
Nah, man. I'm going to throw the Chicago Bears on the petty train. Look, man. Why would you get mad at Chase Claypool when your quarterback said the exact same thing the previous week?
Because Chase not producing, man. Chase is not producing like he should.
And how can you have a defensive head coach that is about to give up? Because it's going to happen. They're going to give up 25 points tonight. You can book that.
So you can book it?
So that will be 15 consecutive games.
How you know they're going to give up 15, Sean? They can play inspired.
I promise you, I'm not a betting man, but I would almost put money down on the Commanders scoring over 25 tonight. And I'm not a betting man.
Sam Howell not that good, man.
Say it again?
Sam Howell is not that good, man.
No, it's not about Sam Howell. It's that the Bears are worse. You do realize tonight that the Bears won't have any of their secondary starters playing. None of the starters are playing. No Eddie Jackson, no Jalen Johnson, no
But they
Kyler
getting
Gordon.
paid too, though.
Who? The
The
backups?
secondary.
You talking about the backups?
They are getting paid money too.
Yeah, the dudes they brought up off the practice squad. That's who's playing.
2024, first and second pick of the draft.
I don't know if you heard this story or saw it. This guy went on Reddit. It's all over the place. He went on Reddit. Reddit is a scary place to me. I've never really frequented Reddit, but he went on Reddit and posted, I guess, a video. This guy came home. His wife was sitting there telling him about her day. And he turned around and was like, dude, would you shut up? God, you talk so much. And then he finished off the statement by saying, my mother was right about you. Good grief. That was mad petty, bro. I said, come on, man. She just wants you to hear about her day at work, bro. You
Yeah, that's the
like,
quickest way to get in an argument. I'll tell you
like,
that.
man. So he came. This is the petty part. He came on Reddit asking whether or not he was out of line. True story.
Yeah,
He's
that's
like,
the petty
man, we've been married 3 years. I just want to know, guys, do you guys think I was out of line? Like, really, bro?
Duh.
You gotta ask?
Yeah, you tone deaf.
Like, first of all, you post the video and embarrass her, and then you gotta come ask people on
And it
Reddit.
asks, is like, is that video wrong or not? Because I'm pretty sure I was
Right.
writing that video. No. That's what girls be
Like,
saying.
dude.
Guys are narcissists.
Now I'm like, if I'm her, I'm like, man, what did your mother say about me?
Yeah, straight up. It's a whole other video now. Now you gotta make another video for Reddit.
Like, yo,
We gotta see part 2. What they say?
is it cool? Is it cool for in-laws? Like, even if you marry somebody, I think it's cool for the in-laws to be indifferent or feel how they feel for like at least a year.
Right.
I'll give you another year or two to feel the way you feel. But after that, you just need to let whatever you have go. Let it go. You know, especially if grandchildren come along. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
let that little beef you got go.
Let it go.
Yeah. You got anybody? Because I had to put that dude on the petty train.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Lucky Lefty. Lucky Lefty. We out of here. No CBS for Left this weekend, which means he gets to suffer through the game with us.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow with our prediction show.